Hello, everyone. Welcome to Perspective Peak. I am Leo.
And I am Mia. Welcome back, Peak Performers. Here at Perspective Peak, our goal is simple: to help you build winning habits, master your productivity, and level up your English listening skills all at the same time.
That's right. And honestly, Mia, today's topic hit me really hard this week, like personally.
Oh, tell me, what happened?
So, I had a long, stressful week, and my brain told me, Leo, you deserve a reward. Go buy something nice. So, I bought these expensive headphones, $200. And for about one day, I felt amazing.
One day, and then?
And then, nothing. The excitement just disappeared. By the weekend, they were just headphones on my desk.
Oh, I know that feeling so well. And that, Peak Performers, is exactly what we are diving into today. We are talking about money and happiness, specifically this strange idea that science keeps proving: helping other people with your money makes you happier than spending it on yourself.
It sounds backwards, right? But the research is really clear. And here's the best part for you, our amazing learners. The English level today is friendly. We are speaking at a B1 level, which means clear and easy to follow.
Exactly. We will use a few powerful new words, but every single time we will stop and explain them with a simple example. So you don't need to be perfect, you just need to be curious. Relax, listen, and grow with us.
Okay, Mia, let's start at the very beginning. When scientists say giving makes you happier than buying, what does this really mean? Because it sounds like a nice quote on a poster, not real science.
Great question. Let me give you an analogy. Imagine happiness is like a fire. Buying things for yourself is like throwing paper on the fire. It burns bright and fast, whoosh, but it dies in seconds. Giving to others is like adding a thick, slow log of wood. It burns quieter, but it lasts for hours, even days.
Oh, I love that. Paper versus wood. So the shopping spree is the paper, bright, fast, and gone.
Exactly. And there is a name for why the paper burns out so fast. Researchers call it the hedonic treadmill. Let me explain that word because it's a powerful one. Hedonic just means related to pleasure, and a treadmill is that running machine at the gym where you run and run, but you never actually move forward.
So you're running hard but staying in the same place.
Precisely. The hedonic treadmill means we keep buying new things to feel happy, but our happiness always returns to the same starting level. So we have to buy more and more and more just to feel the same little spark. Let me tell you my own story about this. 2 years ago, I really wanted a new phone, the latest model. I saved for 3 months. The day it arrived, I unboxed it slowly. I felt that smooth glass. I smelled that new device smell. I was so happy. I texted my sister, "This is the best purchase of my life."
The best purchase of your life?
And Leo, within 2 weeks, it was just my phone. The magic was completely gone. Then a newer model came out 6 months later, and suddenly mine felt old. The science here involves a brain chemical called dopamine. Think of dopamine as your brain's excitement messenger. It doesn't actually reward you for having something, it rewards you for wanting it and getting it. The moment you own the thing, the messenger goes quiet and starts looking for the next thing to chase.
Wait, really? So dopamine is about the chase, not the prize?
Yes, that's the secret. The hunt feels better than the catch. And there's something even sneakier happening in 2026, Leo. We don't even have to walk to a mall anymore. We shop on our phones late at night alone in bed with one tap.
Guilty. I have definitely bought something at midnight that I did not need.
We all have. And here's the danger. Researchers call it the isolation trap. When all our little rewards come from a screen instead of from people, we slowly become more lonely, and loneliness fuels anxiety. So we feel anxious, we shop to feel better, the feeling fades, we feel more alone, and we shop again. It's a circle that pulls us down.
So digital shopping doesn't just empty your wallet, it can quietly cut you off from real connection.
Exactly. And that's why the solution we're talking about today is so powerful, because giving does the opposite. It pulls you toward people. So the lesson here, and this connects to your habits and your English learning too, is this: stop chasing the quick spark. The students who get fluent are not the ones chasing one exciting app and quitting a week later. They're the ones who add slow, steady logs to the fire. 10 quiet minutes of listening every single day with real people in real conversations.
That's a beautiful connection. The same brain trick that makes us overshop is the one that makes us quit our habits when the excitement fades.
Exactly. So now let's flip it. Why does giving feel so different? Leo, this is your story, I think.
It is. Okay, so this happened last winter. December, cold, rainy. I was walking to the train station feeling tired and a little grumpy, honestly. And I saw an older man outside a small bakery. He was counting coins in his hand very slowly, trying to afford a warm coffee and a sandwich. And he didn't have enough. He just put the sandwich back and started to leave.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
It was. So I stopped and I said, "Excuse me, sir, can I buy you lunch? It would make my day." And he looked at me surprised and said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Completely sure. It cost me $12. $12, Mia. And I am not exaggerating. I felt that warm, glowing feeling for 3 whole days. 3 days from $12.
3 days from $12, but only 1 day from $200 headphones?
I did the math myself, and I couldn't believe it. And here's the science behind it. Researchers have found that when we give to others, the brain releases 2 special chemicals, oxytocin and serotonin. Let me explain them simply. Oxytocin is often called the connection chemical. It's the warm feeling you get when you hug someone you love. And serotonin is the calm and content chemical, the feeling of quiet, peaceful satisfaction.
So shopping gives you dopamine, the excited chase, but giving gives you oxytocin and serotonin, the warm connection.
Exactly. And there's even more. Brain scans show that a part of the brain called the ventral striatum, don't worry about the name, just think of it as the brain's reward center, actually lights up brighter when we give money away than when we receive it. Scientists have a lovely name for this. They call it the helper's high.
The helper's high. And it's not just in your head, right? It actually affects your body?
That's the part that really shocked me. Research shows that generous people tend to have lower levels of cortisol. Cortisol is your body's main stress chemical. Think of it as an alarm bell ringing inside you. Too much cortisol ringing all day long is terrible for your health. It raises your blood pressure and tires out your heart.
So giving actually turns down the alarm bell?
It seems to, yes. Studies have connected regular generosity to lower stress and even better heart health over the years. So when my grandmother gave away $20 a month, she might literally have been protecting her own heart at the same time.
That's amazing. Being kind is medicine for your own body. So the lesson?
The lesson is that real, lasting fulfillment comes from connection, not consumption. And for our learners, here's the link. When you help another student in the comments, when you explain a word to a friend, you're not just being kind, you're literally rewarding your own brain. Generosity is a habit that pays you back twice.
Twice. Once for them, once for you. Okay, I want to go deeper into something because some people might be thinking, this is nice, but I'm not rich. I can't give money away. Let me tell you why giving is actually a smart investment even when you have very little.
An investment? That's a strong word.
It is, and I mean it. There's a concept called social capital. Now, capital usually means money, right? But social capital means the value of your relationships, your network of people who trust you and would help you. Let me tell you a real story. My friend Sarah, she runs a tiny flower shop. For years, whenever a neighbor was sick, she would quietly send them flowers for free. Small thing, maybe $10 of flowers each time.
That's so kind.
It was. But then 2 years ago, the economy got hard and her shop almost closed. And do you know what happened? The whole neighborhood showed up. People ordered flowers they didn't even need. One woman organized a fundraiser. Within 1 month, they raised enough to save the shop. All those small $10 kindnesses had built a huge safety net. Wait,
Really? So her generosity literally came back and saved her business?
yes, that's social capital. The psychology here is something called reciprocity. That's a B2 word, meaning the natural human urge to give back to someone who has given to us. When you are generous, you're not throwing money away. You're building a web of trust around you, and in hard times, economic volatility, as the researchers say, which just means money troubles and uncertainty, that web catches you when you fall.
So the lesson is, generosity is not the opposite of being smart with money. It might be the smartest long-term move there is.
Exactly. And in your learning life, it's the same. The students who help others in study groups, who share notes, who answer questions, they build a network. And when they get stuck, 20 people rush to help them. Generosity builds your support system.
Okay, here's a question I get all the time, and I think you have a great story for it, Mia. People ask, how much should I give? Where's the line? Because surely you can't give away everything.
No, definitely not. And this brings us to a fascinating idea called the satiety point. Let me explain. Satiety means the feeling of being full, like after a big meal. The satiety point is the moment when more of something stops making you happier. Think about pizza. The first slice, incredible. The second, great. The fourth slice, you feel a little sick. The happiness has stopped.
The fourth slice of pizza is always a mistake. Always.
Always. And money for yourself works the exact same way. Research shows that spending on yourself hits a satiety point pretty quickly. After your basic needs are met, food, a safe home, and some comfort, every extra dollar you spend on yourself gives you less and less joy. Let me tell you about a man I read about. He earned a huge salary, bought a giant house, 3 cars, designer clothes, and he told a researcher, I have everything and I feel empty. He had run far past his satiety point.
So more stuff wasn't adding happiness anymore. It was just noise.
Exactly. Now, here's the beautiful part. Giving to others does not seem to hit that satiety point in the same way. The joy from generosity stays fresh. The brain doesn't get full of the warm glow the way it gets full of pizza. So the smartest financial strategy is spend on yourself up to your comfort point and then channel the rest into giving where the joy keeps growing.
Okay, but playing devil's advocate for a second, doesn't that get expensive? What if someone is really struggling?
I'm so glad you asked because that's the most common worry, and the answer is no. The research is very clear. It is not about the amount. A person giving $5 with full attention and connection gets more joy than a rich person giving $5,000 carelessly. So even if your budget is tiny, the science still works perfectly for you. You are never too poor to feel the helper's high.
That's so reassuring. The door is open to everyone.
Everyone. And the lesson for our learners? The lesson is balance. Same with studying. There's a satiety point in learning too. Studying for 10 focused minutes is powerful. Studying for 6 exhausted hours, your brain is full and you remember almost nothing. Find your satiety point and don't push past it into misery.
I love that. Okay, my last scenario, and this one is about something bigger than money. It's about who we become. Let me ask you something, Mia. When you imagine looking back on your whole life when you were 80 years old, what do you think you'll be proud of?
Honestly, not my possessions. The people I helped, the difference I made.
Right. And this is the idea of legacy over luxury. Let me tell you about my grandmother. She was not rich, not at all. She worked as a school cleaner her whole life, but every month she put aside a small amount, maybe $20, to help pay for books for a neighbor's children who couldn't afford school supplies. She did this quietly for 30 years.
30 years? That's incredible.
When she passed away, the funeral was full, and one by one, people stood up and said, "Your grandmother bought my school books. Your grandmother believed in me." Grown adults, doctors, teachers who were once those poor children. Her $20 a month had changed dozens of lives. That, Mia, is real wealth.
Oh, that gave me chills. So her identity, her story was built on giving.
Exactly. The psychology here is something called narrative identity. That's the idea that we are all telling ourselves a story about who we are. And here's the thing, luxury items can't be part of a good story. Nobody at a funeral says, "He had a really nice watch," but generosity, that becomes the whole story. It survives market crashes, it survives everything, because it lives in other people.
And the lesson is that your resources, your time, your money, your energy, they define your identity. The question isn't, what can I buy? It's, who am I becoming? Every dollar you spend is a tiny vote for the kind of person you want to be remembered as.
A vote for who you want to be. I'm going to remember that one for a long time. Beautifully said. Okay, peak performers, by now you might be thinking, I'm convinced, but how do I actually do this? So Mia and I built you a clear, simple 4-step action plan. Mia, take us through step 1.
Step 1, set a small, fixed generosity budget. Here's what to do. Decide on a tiny percentage of your money to give away on purpose, like the 10% rule. But honestly, if 10% feels scary, start with just 1%. The reason this works is that it removes the painful decision every single time. Decision fatigue, which means your brain gets tired from making too many choices, is real, and it stops us from giving. If the money is already set aside, you don't have to fight yourself. For example, if you get $100, you automatically move $1 into a giving jar. A common mistake here is waiting until you feel rich enough to start. You will never feel rich enough. Start tiny, start today, and let the habit grow.
I love that. Make the decision once, not 100 times. Okay, step 2, and this is a big one. Step 2 is choose active giving over passive giving. What does this mean? Passive giving is when you click a button, money leaves your account, and you feel almost nothing. Active giving is when you connect to the person or cause you're helping. The reason this matters is that the helper's high we talked about, all that oxytocin and serotonin, is much stronger when you can actually see the impact. For example, instead of only donating online, buy lunch for someone in person like I did, or volunteer 2 hours of your time. A common mistake is thinking that giving more money passively beats giving less money actively. It doesn't. The connection is the magic ingredient, not the amount.
So good. The warm feeling comes from connection, not just the transaction. Step 3, Leo?
Step 3, practice micro-impact giving. This is a huge trend right now in 2026, and it's perfect for beginners. Micro-impact means small, targeted giving where you can actually see the change happen. Instead of sending a little money to a giant organization where it disappears, you focus on something close and visible. The reason this works is that our brains need to see the result to feel the reward. Seeing the outcome closes the loop and gives us that satisfaction. For example, you could pay for a struggling student's textbook or buy groceries for one specific family in your neighborhood. A common mistake is thinking your small action is too small to matter. Tell that to the dozens of children my grandmother helped with $20 a month. Small and consistent beats big and rare every single time.
Small and consistent. That's the whole philosophy of this channel, really. Okay, the final step, step 4. Reflect and record your giving. Here's what to do. At the end of each week, take just 2 minutes to write down one act of generosity you did and how it made you feel. The reason this is so powerful is something psychologists call savoring. That means actively remembering and re-enjoying a good moment, which makes the happiness last much longer. When you write it down, you relive the warm glow, and you train your brain to want more of it. For example, keep a small kindness journal right next to where you do your English practice. A common mistake is doing kind things but never noticing them, so the joy slips away. Don't let it slip. Capture it and watch your life satisfaction grow week after week.
4 simple steps. Set a budget, give actively, go micro-impact, and reflect. You don't need to be a millionaire. You just need to begin.
Exactly. Okay, peak performers, it's time for one of your favorite parts of every episode, the extended vocabulary corner. Today, we picked 5 powerful words from our conversation. Leo, let's go.
Let's do it. Our first word is generosity. Generosity means the quality of giving freely, of being kind with your time, money, or help without expecting anything back. Mia, give us an example.
Sure. Her generosity surprised everyone. She gave half of her birthday money to the animal shelter. And here's another way to use it. A little generosity, like sharing your notes, can make someone's whole day better.
Perfect. My example, generosity is a habit. The more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. Okay, word number 2, fulfillment. Fulfillment means a deep feeling of happiness and satisfaction, the sense that your life has meaning. It's deeper than just being excited. Mia?
Great word. Helping my students learn English gives me a sense of fulfillment that money never could. And another, true fulfillment doesn't come from your bank balance, it comes from your impact on others.
Beautiful. My turn. After volunteering all weekend, I felt a quiet, warm fulfillment that lasted for days. All right, word number 3, reciprocity. Now this is a B2 power word. Reciprocity means the natural human habit of giving back to someone who has given to you. A two-way exchange of kindness. Mia, an example?
Ooh, the big one. Friendship is built on reciprocity. When I help you, you help me, and we both grow stronger. And another, thanks to reciprocity, the neighbors who once received help were the first to offer it back.
Excellent. Mine, reciprocity is powerful. One small kindness often returns to you when you least expect it. Now, word 4, satiety. Remember the pizza? Satiety means the feeling of being completely full or satisfied, the point where more of something stops bringing joy. Mia?
The pizza word. I reached satiety after the 3rd slice, but I kept eating anyway. Big mistake. And a more serious one, there's a satiety point with shopping, where buying more just stops making you happy.
So true. Mine, smart people recognize their satiety point and stop before the joy turns into regret. And finally, word number 5, legacy. Legacy means what you leave behind for the world, the lasting impact of your actions and your values after you're gone. Mia, take us home.
Such an important word. My grandfather's legacy wasn't his money, it was the kindness he taught everyone around him. And another, build a legacy of generosity, and your influence will last far longer than any object you could buy.
Love it. My final example, every act of kindness becomes part of your legacy, brick by brick. And those are your 5 power words for today: generosity, fulfillment, reciprocity, satiety, and legacy. Write them down, use them this week, and they become yours forever.
So good, Leo. What a conversation today.
It really was. So here's the big lesson, peak performers. The science is clear. Chasing things gives you a quick spark that fades fast, but giving to others builds a warm, lasting fulfillment that grows over time. Real wealth isn't measured by what you own. It's measured by the positive influence you have on the world around you.
And please, be patient and gentle with yourself on this journey. You don't have to be perfect or rich to start. Just begin with one small, kind action this week. $1, one act, one connection. That's enough. You are already on the right path, and we are so proud of you for showing up.
And we want to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, what is one small, generous act you could do this week that wouldn't cost you very much, but might mean the world to someone else? We can't wait to read your comments and reply to you.
Subscribe, hit the bell, and start thinking deeper while you see higher. Keep learning, keep growing.
Put the credit card down, put the headphones back. $2 on the headphones, felt it for a day. Next week the magic faded, wash the joy away. Swipe it on the phone at midnight, looking for a thrill. That's the paper on the fire, burns up in a flash. Isolation trap, got you spending all your cash. Looking for a feeling, but the feeling never stays. Quarters eyes are ringing, you've been stressed out for days. Hold up, switch the vibe, let me tell you about the wood. Toss a thick log on the fire, yeah it burns. $12 for a lunch, kept me glowing for a week. Help us high in the brain, yeah that's the highest peak. Give it away, watch the joy bounce back. Social capital, yeah we building up the stack. Legacy over luxury, forget about the price. Generosity is a habit and it pays you back twice. Drop the dopamine, want the oxytocin flow. Help us high serotonin, watch the spirit glow. Help us high serotonin, watch the spirit glow. Yeah, give it away, watch the joy bounce back. Hit the satiety point like the fourth slice of pizza. Too much consumption gonna freeze ya, it's a teaser. But giving ain't got no limit, no ceiling to the joy. Whether you a millionaire, a grown man, or a boy. Micro impact, keep it active, look 'em in the eye. Passive clicking on a screen, gonna leave your spirit dry. Grandma dropped $20, changed a dozen lives. That's the narrative identity that always survives. Name the stress, say it out loud. Don't beat yourself up, step out of the cloud. Trigger pattern, reward, it's a loop that you break. Get your act together for your future's sake. Start messy, 5 minutes, wake up the dragon. Let's go! Give it away, watch the joy bounce back. Social capital, yeah we building up the stack. Legacy over luxury, forget about the price. Generosity is a habit and it pays you back twice. Drop the dopamine, want the oxytocin flow. Help us high serotonin, watch the spirit glow. Help us high serotonin, watch the spirit glow. Help us high serotonin, watch the spirit glow. Think deeper, yeah, see higher, we up, throw the wood on the fire. Perspective peak out.